Hi, my name is Angela Lee. I am a registered nurse with over 10 years experience specializing in emergency medicine and currently working in post-operative care. I was selected to complete this project by Khadijah Madison, who is a nurse. What are your favorite memories of nursing school? My favorite memory is being part of the study groups, that even after the information seems so hard to digest, being able to start a study group, and each one of my classmates would take a part of the body in order to help each other learn it. So I would take the cardio and being able to teach based off what I have went home and studied to go and teach it to my other classmates, and that seemed to help me be successful in that class. How did your first year of nursing practice compare to your nursing practice now? My first year, you're nervous. You don't know what to expect. You don't want to harm anybody. So just making sure that you know exactly what you're doing. Now I'm more confident. I'm more experienced with, like I said, over 10 years. And with me being a travel nurse, I have traveled from South Carolina, California to Texas and several other states, and being able to see how do they practice. But the human body doesn't change, just how the facility policy and procedure change. So that's the biggest difference. But I enjoy, going and doing what I do. What are some of the nursing practices that you use in your early years that you no longer use today? And why you don't no longer use it? My practice that I used to use when I first became a nurse is I used to have that little notebook, writing down every little thing, quadruple checking. But you don't have time. In real life, you don't have time to keep going in that notebook. The only time I would take notes now if I'm going to I'm being floated to a new floor and I'm not familiar with the process. For me, I went to the solid organ unit, and because I was so intrigued by it and I wasn't familiar with the process, I began to take notes on that. But now I'm more confident in the ER, I'm more confident with post-op care, and I'm able to go in there, execute, because the human body doesn't change. How has a specific personal event significantly impacted your life over the years? A significant people that impact my life are the people, homeless population, and the Spanish-speaking population. When I traveled out to Amarillo, Texas, it was a language barrier out there. And I was closer to the border of Mexico. And with that being said, I had to rely on some of my bilingual patients to ask them, how can I find out, are they in pain? Do they need to use the bathroom? Or can I get them anything to eat or drink? And she taught me any dolor, which is pain, do you have to use the baño, which is the bathroom, and any agua, meaning do they want water. So that really impacted my life. So I was able to use just those little simple terms of medical knowledge and everyday terminology to be able to relate to my Spanish-speaking patients, even without being fully bilingual myself. What are some contributions you have made? How have you impacted the nursing practice for others? I have impacted the nursing practice for others by being a leader. I am a leader within my community I use my platform of Facebook to be able to educate my friends and family, telling them about life. I'm currently doing detoxification and telling everybody about the process of allowing your body to rest so you can properly heal for health and wellness. What is your contribution made to the nursing area, leadership, provision, care, and evidence-based practice? I am an advocate from the American Heart Association, and so 1 in 3 African-American women, unfortunately, will die due to the heart-related complications. So I am the advocate to that. Number 1, I'm a woman. Number 2, I am African-American, and being able to be that voice, educating those ladies that those things that contribute to heart-related conditions can be preventable. So just being able to use my platform and being in the environment to be a leader of evidence-based practice. What challenges in today's nursing can be improved using lessons from the past? I think the challenges of just being able just to look at statistics, statistics of, like I said about the American Heart Association, if 1 in 3 women are dying African-American, what can we do to educate that population of people? Because if it affects that population of people, education, is it education, or is it that they just don't care? So again, being able to offer them some resources to help. So that's what I think about improving in the past. Who was your favorite nurse from the nursing history? It would be Miss Mary Mahaney. I think you pronounce it. She is one of the first African-American nurses out of Boston, Massachusetts. So, Miss Mary Mahoney being able to use her, being able to look at her, being an African American, and make it, she was the trailblazer for those of us of another ethnic group. How have your famous nurse, how is this famous nurse example of her own practice? Like I said, don't be afraid to be a trailblazer, and that's what I feel like I am. You know, don't be afraid to be the first one. Don't be afraid to stand up for something that you believe in. Don't be afraid to go through the challenges of these other careers that that you might be the only you that look like you. Based on your nursing past, what evidence would you give for the new nurses today? Based on my nursing practice, I would say, don't ever stop learning, and don't ever get to a place that you complacent, which means that you will never know it all. Don't be afraid to go and become a travel nurse just because you're afraid, oh, I don't know everything. You're never gonna know it. Don't ever forget to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Find somebody at that facility that's a great resource that don't mind you asking questions in order for you to be a successful, healthy nurse. You never want to be that I know it all and then go and harm somebody because you can't revert back. That is my advice to the nurses. And it's saying gratitude. Gratitude, like I said, thank you, Khadijah, for giving me the opportunity to answer these questions and just being able to serve. Like I said, my background is in emergency medicine and post-op care, but I have served and worked in different areas. Like I said, the burn center, the oncology. So I'm very well experienced in different things, in ortho, and just being able to, again, be a travel nurse, and you get very little training, so they're expecting you to know it. They don't want to train you as being a nurse with the travel nursing. They're expecting you to already know, and the only thing you need training in is their policy and procedure. Again, thank you, Khadijah Madison, for giving me the opportunity. My name is Angela Lee. I am a registered nurse with over 10 years experience in emergency medicine. So in order for you to stay out the emergency room, then and being able to have all these health conditions, you have to learn how to properly make the correct decisions, being an advocate for your patient, even when they don't know what's going on. You need to know exactly what's the pro and cons to it, and making sure you guiding and leading them to the right answer. And of course, we also have to talk about the bias, you know, being able to stand up for women. Now the world is changing, and you have a lot of other different things going on now. So being able to go and take care of your patient to the best of your ability. Again, thank you for allowing me to share.